the 7 days free voice training with Grace Media. Great to have all of us here. For today is the vocal techniques and range expansion. Grace Oforka, widely known as Grace, is a remarkable figure in the world of music. With her expertise as an African art composer, vocal coach, and art musician, she has established a distinguished career. Grace's educational background includes music education studies at the Federal College of Education in Abeokuta, where she honed her skills. She further enhanced her abilities with certifications in singing from ABRSM and vocals from Royal School of Music in London. Her music repertoire is vast and impressive, encompassing solo instruments, chamber works, orchestral compositions, songwriting, and operas. Grace's compositions have gained recognition worldwide, being commissioned, premiered, and performed at prestigious venues, such as universities in the United States, the International Women Festival at the University of Mississippi, University of Witwatersrand in South Africa, University of Iowa, and renowned concert halls and music festivals. Notably, her compositions have been esteemed as valuable instructional materials employed by music professors at universities and conservatories globally to teach African music. Grace's mastery extends to conducting masterclasses on voice and her music, notably at Lagos State University, Mission and Lasso. As the co-founder of Gracedion Choral Society and Gracedion Media Music and Vocal Institute, Grace generously imparts her expertise and knowledge to aspiring musicians. Grace Oforka stands as a true inspiration in the music industry, embodying excellence and passion for her craft. Today's class will offer us a unique opportunity to learn vocal techniques and expand one's range from the Queen herself. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the coach of all coaches. You may not understand why I call her coach of all coaches till when she starts her teaching. But let's welcome her, Ma'am Grace Oforka. Ma, the stage is yours.
Wow, what an introduction. I am highly honored. Thank you so much, Presido.
You're welcome, ma'am.
So much.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you everybody for joining today. Today is the first day here at Gracedion Media. Okay, so I'm excited, right? Thank you, Presido. She introduced me. Let me also talk about her. Presido is our president at the school at Gracedion Media here. So she's a president currently because the section has not ended. Their section will soon be rounding up and she'll be moving on to level 3 at Gracedion Media. So, and I'm so proud of her and proud of how far she has come in her singing career. I can remember sometime last year, she was just like some of you seated here, right? Yeah, Mama Maka, remember last year, you were just like some of them here, right?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And this was one of the trainings that took her singing career to the next level, and she decided to take her talent. So you guys that you're here today, you make a decision to take this passion and talent that God has given to you very serious. So let's get straight to business. So today we'll be working on vocal range. We'll also be working on vocal range expansion, and we're working on vocal techniques. So I'll be starting with vocal techniques first, because as a singer, you need to understand how to use your voice, how to be able to place that voice to be the best of its ability. So if you're in this class, don't just be looking at my face. Get a pen, a pencil. It's going to be practical and it's also going to be theoretical. I'll just take a few moments to talk about the theoretical aspects of this class. Okay, now there are several aspects you need to take care of for vocal techniques. There are several things you need to take note of for vocal technique. Number one is you need to understand your breathing technique. You need to know how to breathe very well. If you don't know how to breathe well, it can be a challenge for you because the sound you will be producing will be affected, and it can also affect your vocal folds because you'll be giving a lot of force and strain to your vocal folds. So as a singer, learning to breathe correctly can really take you far. It can help you a long way. Now the question is, okay, you're telling me to work on my breath. So how do I do that? Number one is there's a method we have, which is called apogeo techniques. With apogeo, which is breath control, is mainly classical singers that use it. It is you supporting your breath, being able to have that control and support on your breath. So if you can build such apogeo technique, you would see that your breathing would be better and it would help in your singing. If you don't breathe well, you would be singing, you can even be singing beautifully well, but it will just be here. So you have to pay close attention to maintaining a steady and controlled breath support when you're singing notes. You have to be able to sustain those beautiful notes and create a smooth and consistent sound when you're singing. And this is achieved when you sing from within. So I am not just going to be talking, I will be explaining everything. Now you would see a singer singing, and the person will be like this, and you just stay like this, sing. Or you do like this, you raise your shoulders. When you raise your shoulders, you lock it. You don't allow the air to come from within. Or when you're even breathing in, the air does not go down. The air stops here. Because what happens in diaphragmatic breathing is that when you breathe in, the air goes down into the space created by a diaphragm. We have something we call the diaphragm, which is found around here. Now the diaphragm goes down and creates a space there. So the air goes into that space. And when it goes there, it fills it up. And that's why if you're really breathing correctly, you see an expansion around this area. And when it expands and you're breathing out, it goes in. So when you're singing, if you breathe in, this should come, there will be an expansion. It could be visible, it may not be that visible. To come out, and then when you're singing out, go in. One thing I use for singers that is a very fast way to learn to use this breath something is you can lie on the floor. Just lie down and then sing. Now, when you're lying down, don't lie with your back. Lie with your back. Don't lie on your belly. Lie with your back on the floor like this. And then when you lie down, you sing or do your vocal exercise lying down. Because when you lie down, naturally you would prompt your body to breathe from the right places. So if you lie down and sing, take your palm, place it here while you're lying down. So when you breathe in, you would feel an expansion here. Once that expansion happens, when you begin to sing, it should go in. So you use that to practice with that. When you're doing your vocal exercise, you can do that with your vocal exercise. Another thing you would do to sustain it is you sit down, take a deep breath, feel that expansion, and then breathe out. Count to 10. Breathe in again, feel the expansion, and then breathe out. Good. So when you're now singing, you breathe in. So for this class, I will use this song, Let It Be. When I find myself in times of trouble. Now, if I'm singing and I'm not breathing from the right places, it would be like this. You would see someone who would be singing, person would do, when I find myself, you see, I run out of breath by doing this because my shoulders are raised. But if I am relaxed, when I find relaxed with my shoulders relaxed, my chest. And one thing you should know is that your chest should not be falling when you're singing. If your chest keeps falling, you run out of breath. And this is why you hear people do, when I find myself. In times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. But if this is raised, when I find, you see the A's, you finish. The help need to possess. Okay? Now, when you are singing a song, I want you to pay close attention to maintaining steady and controlled breath control. Like this song, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Don't go and pour out all the breath that you have inside of you because you're singing. You don't need too much to sing. You be able to, how do you manage this breath? So let's do something quick. You take your palm, place it in front of you, and don't feel breath. If you're feeling breath, you have to continue. So like what I was saying, when I find myself, don't feel the breath on your hand. Don't feel the breath on your hand. When I find myself, so if you're feeling the breath, manage it. Open it up. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words to wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Okay, so this would help you with breath control technique. There's so much about breath control, but I'm just trying to be able to pack them into one for you to see, because this topic is very, it's very vast. Now, I want you to also pay attention to articulating each of the words, because if you don't articulate what you are speaking, if you don't articulate what you're singing, you are likely to put people off. People will not understand what you're singing. People will not enjoy what you're singing. So what do? Make sure that you pronounce every word. And there are several techniques to build your diction and your articulation. One of them is you doing tongue twisters as exercises. We have different tongue twisters. You can do the sun shall soon shine. Now, if you say it fast, maybe the first time you're told to do that, you have sun shall soon shine. See, she, and you make terrible mistake. So to train your tongue, actually do this well. Break it down. The sun shall soon shine. The sun shall soon shine. Good. Then you take it faster. The sun shall soon shine. Okay. The sun shall soon shine. And then faster. The sun shall soon shine. So when you apply it into your song, you'll be able to pronounce that word. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be, let it be. Now, if you watch me, for me to pronounce the L sound, I didn't move my jaw. Because when you're singing, some vowel sounds, you must not move your jaw. In short, almost all of the vowel sounds, your jaw should be fixed and relaxed. Some consonants of that letter, of that sound. So if you have something like let, and I do let, and I move it, let, I don't even know how to not do it right. Okay, let me see. Let's say you do something like let, you won't get the beauty of that voice. But when you do let, you use your tongue. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. For B. I have to move my lips. Let it be. Whisper words, whisper. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Words of wisdom. Let it be. That brings out the beauty of the voice. But if you don't do it that way, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. The beauty will not come out. It may sound good, but that beauty will not be there. And it will not also help you to properly enunciate your sound. Okay? So another thing you may have to do, especially when you're singing in other languages, or even in English or your native language, make sure you understand the right pronunciation of that word. For example, you're singing an Igbo song, for example, which is Jesus, now this is an Igbo song, and then Jesus, you now sing Onye mema. Now, an Igbo person would not know what is mema. What is mema? You've changed the language. Onye mema. Okay, so you have to learn the right pronunciation of the words of the song you're singing. Pay attention and learn that, because when you learn the right pronunciation, it helps people who you are trying to pass the message to understand what you are actually singing. Okay, so you need to pay attention to your posture when you're singing. How do you stand when you're singing, or how do you sit? Some of you go to your choir and you're sitting like this, and after you finish sitting like this to sing and practice, you would now come out and say, hey, I went to choir practice, that's why my voice is paining me, because you're using a bad posture. So that's why you have that challenge. So you have to make sure that you're sitting correctly. You sit upright. Anytime you want to sing, put yourself in a good position. If you're standing, you stand well. Let it be, let it be. Good posture, not let it be, let it be. This is a wrong posture. Posture will help you to actually project that sound and bring out the beauty of your voice. Okay? Now let's look at vocal range, because I'm C2 to G6. So that means all these ranges is what my voice can do. But from C6 to G6, I'm actually using my whistle voice to hit it. Okay? So this is vocal range. This is what my voice has the ability to do. So it's always good to do a vocal range test, know where you belong, and know what you can do. Soprano, tenor, alto, bass, and all that. Now the question is, which one is soprano, which one is tenor? If you're a soprano, you should be able to sing from C4 to A5. C4 to A5. Okay? And above, anyone who can go above, say, real, wow, wonderful soprano. Other than that, you can sing C4 to A5, soprano. You can sing E3 to E5, you are an alto singer, alto or mezzo soprano, E3 to E5. Okay, then tenors, sopranos and altos are the second highest, alto or mezzo sopranos. Then we have the contra alto. Okay, contra alto singers, they are the lowest female voice type. Okay, so you hear some ladies, they can't attempt. You have some alto singers that can sing soprano. They can sing a bit of sopranos, what soprano can sing, but then they can't sing too low. Like the contralto, the contralto can really go down that low. And those contralto singers, they are the lowest female voice types. Then we have the tenor singers. Now the tenor is the highest male voice type. Then we have, after the tenor, we have the baritone. Baritones can sing a bit of what tenors can sing, but they cannot really go that high like the tenors. And they can sing a bit of what the bass singers can sing. Now the bass singers cannot even attempt the tenor singers. They're just where they are. Now, you may have a very large range. You may have a very large range, just like now that I did this test, I saw that I could sing from C2 to G6. Now, you may have a very large, big range. but there will be some parts that is very comfortable. All these parts are comfortable for me to sing. Sometimes I can sing kind of song and I'll sing it very low. Sometimes I can sing the song that is high. We all have our preferences. But that doesn't mean that if I test it and I'm seeing C2 as my lowest, that means that I am a bad singer. No, that's not it. There is a place that is your preference. That is, yeah, there's a place that is your preference. There's a place that belongs to you. So like, if you look at that, you see that from C4 to like C6 is my most powerful notes. So on those notes, I am the best that I can be. So when you look at that, you'll be able to say, oh, this person is a soprano singer. And that's the same thing for you. So one thing that test will do for you, when you do the test, you'll be able to tell your range. Once you tell your range, if you don't understand what you got, the result you got, just paste your result on the Telegram group link and we will tell you which one you belong to. Now, having found your range, you've done your test, and you now know your range, you will now say, okay, I want to increase my range. The last time I did a vocal range test, that was last year, before I got pregnant and gave birth. My range was C3 to C6. C3 to C6, which is like 3 octaves. Be able to expand her range like this. It's not just about me, it's about you to be determined. Now, one thing I need to tell you is that you have to love yourself and love your voice. Don't say, Coach Grace, I heard her sing and she can sing the highest notes ever. Sometimes if people even give me the highest notes to sing, I'll tell them, sorry, I'm not singing this. Yeah, singing high notes does not mean that you have the best voice. Sing with your voice. If you have a low, if your voice falls on the lower parts of the keyboard, enjoy it. Find your range. Even if you have just 1 octave, enjoy that part. Okay? Enjoy that part of your voice. Even if it is just 1 octave that you have, enjoy that part. But then, when you do your vocal exercises regularly, your range and the ability that your voice has will begin to increase, will begin to become better, will begin to rise and all that. And before you know it, when you listen back to yourself, you say, wow, things that I couldn't actually sing, I see myself singing it. So I'm going to give you some exercises that would help you to actually expand your range. And then let me tell you, when you're doing these exercises, please be patient with your voice. Some people make the mistake that they would go and be singing the high, maybe you say, I want to start singing high notes. You're going to be pressing pieces. Be singing another thing. You go to C6 and be shouting because you want to sing high. Please don't kill your voice. Don't destroy your voice. Find your range and enjoy the one you have. Then you gradually build on expanding it. And to expand it, you can use this exercise. Ta, 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 ta. Now you start with ta, 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 ta. And when you're singing it, you can use a lip trill, and then you fix a vowel. Then you first use the solfa, then you fix the vowel, and then you fix it. So something like this. That is just 1 octave. Okay. Do it again. Then you rise. Okay? Then the next time, you can do that within a space of a week. And then the next time you practice it, you add one more note. You have all that. So I'm going to share an exercise that all of us will do from our end. Okay? So are you ready? Beautiful. Now, when you're done with that, the next time use this one now. It will help to expand your range if you do this regularly. Okay? So, okay. Now this one, I want you to use O for it. If you can do good posture like me, do that. Okay, practice your vocal exercise. When you keep doing that, you'll see that you will get much better than before. So now I'm going to take questions. Time for questions. Yes, I can.
Okay, good evening. Thanks for the opportunity. The voice training especially is very, interesting, and I love everything about it. Okay, so my question is this. I belong to a choir and I've been singing for a very, very long time, but recently, they've been doing some, trying to find our vocal range. And I've been singing soprano like forever. And then recently, it's now after they did our voice test, they found out that I fell between the E3 and E5. But the thing is, I used to pitch very high, but all of a sudden, if I try to pitch, like I used to have like as if I'm feeling pains in my throat. And then, so what can I really do to erase all of that? And then and the second question is this: when you're singing with people who really scream very loud, because sometimes you are also trying to want to scream to meet up with them, and it's difficult. So what can you really do in that kind of situation?
I didn't get that. You say when you're trying to what?
When you are singing in a choir, for instance, and then there are some persons with very loud voice and they are shouting and screaming, and then their voices overshadows every other voice. And in attempt, to want to measure up, you also have to scream alongside. I know it's funny. So in this kind of situation, do you just keep quiet, or what do you have to do?
Okay. All right. Before we pick another person, before I forget, people are really prepared for me today. And I love that, because that's what we are here for, to learn. Let me answer the first person, because I may forget, and then let me answer the next person. So the first person asked for bass, that how would a bass singer know his
vocal range?
His vocal range. Thank you. Okay, so let me start from soprano. Like I said, soprano is C4 to C6. And I know some of us here may not, some people here, some people may understand what we mean. Some people may not understand. What we mean is the octave number is that number you're hearing there. And then C is the notes, the musical notes. So like if you look at this piano, look at your piano. The first C you see there is the C1. The next C you see, that is the note C. It's C2. The next one is C3, just like that, C4, C5, C6, C7. Now, if you are a soprano singer, your range should fall where you can be able to, maybe when you sing, your producing sound should fall within C4. That means you're a soprano. Now, if you do your test and you see yourself on A3 to A5, this is A5, and then we have A3 down. So you are a mezzo soprano. That means that you can sing small of soprano, you can sing smaller, you can sing more of alto. Okay? That's a mezzo soprano. Then we have the alto, contra alto. These are the alto singers, and these fall within E3 to E5. Now, countertenor singers are also, they also fall in this contra alto space, E3 to E5. Okay, some of them can go further. Countertenors are male singers who sing in the ranges that female singers sing. So these ones are known as countertenor. They are male. That's why you see a man who sounds like soprano and you be like, wow, what kind of voice type? Is he a soprano singer? No, he's not a soprano singer. He is actually a countertenor. Then for a tenor falls from C3 to C5. Okay, C3 to C5 and C5. These are tenor singers. And then for baritone lies from, they can sing from A3 to A4. That's for the baritone singers. And then the bass singers, E2 to E4. That's a bass singer. That's why I was telling you that if you look at my range, when I sang and did my test, I was able to sing C2. Now somebody will not say, you're a bass singer. I'm not a bass singer. It just comes. I can sing C2. So maybe a situation, a song really went that down. That means that such person with that kind of range can actually sing any kind of song. But still, the person has his own preferences. Because where my strength lies more is from C3 to C6. That's where my strength lies more. So for that bass singer, if you do your test and you see that you are falling within E2 to E4, so you know that you are a bass singer. We've answered that. Now, the second person said in her choir, she was tested and they found out that she's a mezzo-soprano. And maybe you're in the choir and someone is shouting beside you. We've had a case like that, one of our students, and some other people will come across. I keep telling them, don't allow your choirs to destroy your voice. If your choir is not sounding well, please, if you know how you can convince them to go and train their voice, convince them to go and train their voice. Okay, you can bring them to Grace Media. We'll help them. We'll help you to help you. Because if you are trained and you are in that choir, if you're not careful, you destroy your voice. We have this course called vocal health course. If you hear the stories people are passing through, a voice that is having challenges, you would cry. It's very painful as a singer to have a problem with your voice. It's very painful. Now, if you have no choice, because I know we all love to sing for the Lord, want to sing for God. Any singer like me, if I go to church and I'm not with the choir, you will see me, I'll be sitting close to the choir like this. I'll be looking at the choir. My eyes is on the choir. Till the mass is done, I'm singing with them. And it happens to all singers. So if your conscience is not clear, say, even though this choir is not doing it, go and join them. But if everybody is shouting, please don't shout. So you love your voice. Don't try to measure up with them. In choir, say, like as I am, even though I'm a vocal coach or I'm a singer, if I join a choir, I am not expected to start showing everybody that, see, my voice is the best in this choir. I am supposed to work with that choir as a team. I'm supposed to blend my voice in with that choir. I'm not supposed to say, oh, my voice should be over the other choir. I'm not supposed to be, okay, this one is singing, take and sanctify you till you join. Take and sanctify. And everybody doing that. At the end of the day, your voice is gone. Before 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, singing in the choir, your voice is deteriorating. The things that you could do before, be gone. Okay? So what you would do is that if you're in that choir and you see that it's hurting you, please be careful. Love your voice. Don't scream because they are screaming. Relax and sing. I had a client like that at Canada. So in one of the churches, everybody was singing, screaming, everybody, this one is singing, this one is singing. And then she was trying to measure up with them and it was hurting her voice. Thank God she came for training on time. When she just joined the choir was when she came for training. And then I told her, see, you don't need to. She said, you don't know my church. Oh. In my church, we used to, you have to, this is the way we sing. Oh. I said, I know that's the way you sing, but you have to sing rightly. If you love your voice, you have to do the right thing. Don't just try and be shouting with them. And she listened. And before you know it, everybody in the choir also noticed that, wow, her voice is becoming spectacular. It's different from before that she'll have to, because she said even when she's trying to scream, her voice is swallowed in the crowd. I said, it doesn't matter, it's a choir. Even if your voice is swallowed in the crowd, it's a choir. It's not, they are not supposed to hear your voice. If they are hearing your voice in the choir, then it's not a choir, it's a solo. Okay? So you make sure that you protect your voice. Don't scream because people are screaming. And if you notice that the choir is destroying your voice, please find a way. Either you get your choir trained or you have to take a decision. Okay? Or you talk to the choir, let's see a way that we can organize a workshop whereby our choir will be trained. Because I have trained myself and I'm coming to the choir and you people are helping me to destroy my voice. Please, let's train. That's why you see some choral directors, they call for training here and there. They would call, invite people, just like you said, they did a test for you guys in your choir. You're able to find out where you belong. So all those things are necessary for your choir. Okay? So try your best not to hurt yourself in any situation. Please, who is the next person? We don't have much time.
Ejigini, can you unmute yourself, please?
I think you have to unmute, ask them to unmute.
Yeah. Okay, if Ejigini is now ready, can Mr. Felix Adetayo, can you unmute yourself, please? Mr. Felix. Mr. Ibiwari, can you unmute yourself?
Hey.
Hello, good evening, Grace.
Hi.
Okay.
Good evening, Grace. My name is Hins. I would like to say thank you firstly for your time, for organizing such a wonderful program. Thank you very much. So I'm a guy, a countertenor with a range of about an A2 to, let's say, C#6. I sing in the choir with the soprano as a soprano. But then I have noticed that, okay, first I started singing in 2020. I was how old then? I was quite old then. I started singing in 2020. I have just about 3 years of singing. The first choir I joined was an army choir. So yeah, guys were assigned the higher parts and all that. So now my problem now is I have identified my range. When I started, my highest singable note was an A5, but now I can sing up to or should I say I can scream up to a C#6. So I have identified my range, but I've noticed that I have problems with, will I say technique or vocal texture. At first, my voice was too dark, and now it's become too light and too airy, and I don't know what to do. It sounds unpleasant, even to my own ears. To the point that in the choir, they are like, why don't you switch to the alto? But the sad part now is I do not have much coordination in my lower notes. Like my voice is comfortably in a song that is not too high, but it's either not too low. So I cannot really do the alto line, even though I would want to try it, but I cannot really do it. So I don't know what to do with my voice. I have considered quitting music many times because when I try to record myself.
I know because of time, that's why I'm cutting you. Don't be angry. Can you just sing something for me?
My heart ever faithful, sing praises, be joyful. Ave Maria.
Hey, beautiful voice. Now, I want you to relax. Give me a good posture. Give me a good posture. Just do whatever I tell you to do now.
Okay.
Are we in a good posture right now? Standing posture?
Yes, we are. We are standing.
I want you to do like you want to yawn. That first song you sang.
Yeah.
Just stand like you want to yawn.
Okay.
At the start of that yawn. Like, you see the way I'm doing?
Yeah.
Now use it to start singing.
My heart ever faithful, sing praises, be joyful.
Okay, can you continue the song? That's
sing praises, be joyful, my Jesus is now. My heart ever faithful. Sing praises, be joyful. Sing praises, be joyful. My Jesus is now. Sing praises, be joyful. Can I stop now?
I was telling you to stop. You were already enjoying yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a unique voice. What you need is training and understanding of your instrument. I like the way you're able to narrate some things about your voice, but you really need to train that voice. You need to train the voice. I need to master your voice. One thing that happens to our voice is that over time, our voice changes. The way my voice sounded 2 years ago is not the way it's sounding now. Yes, your voice changes, and as your voice is changing, your repertoire is changing. That is, the list of songs you sing will change. And that's why when you are in training, you'll be able to tell when this change is happening and how you would adapt as soon as possible. And that's how you would just seamlessly keep enjoying every bit of that voice. So I want you from now on, every time you sing, before you started training. As far as any of you who is in this class, you are all now being trained. Okay, so you started training, thank God. I want you to start recording yourself, your voice, and listening to it. Let your voice be your best friend. When you want to sing, make sure you have good posture. Your chest should not rise. It should be stable, not like it should be going. I mean, your shoulders should not rise like this. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Your chest should be stable. It should not be falling when you sing. Keep it. Then another thing that I noticed, that was why I told you to use that yawning technique, was because it felt like it was coming from the nose, kind of, and it was not really coming from within. So I wanted to hear the main voice come from within. And that's why I said you really need to train and master that voice. So by the time you would be able to use that voice from inside here, you'll find out that some of these ranges you're singing, you'll not be able to even sing them. Because right now, what you're doing is coming from here. It's coming from here. It's not really coming from inside. And you need to learn that inside thing. And to be able to learn it, let me just give you a quick one to do. It's part of what we talked about today. Just each time you're practicing, I want you to lie down flat on the floor with your back. I had someone that sings exactly the way you sang now. This was what helped her. I just told her, lie on the floor. Just lie down and sing this same song. Try it this night. Try it tomorrow. Every time you're practicing your songs, try it so that you would teach your body how to take the sound from inside. As you take it from inside, you will see that those ranges, that C6 sharp you are hearing is actually not yet strong enough. It's not even the best of your vocal ability. That is what I'm hearing from what I heard right now. But if you're able to sing from within, you will see the beauty of your voice come out. Even you would love the way your voice will sound. So what I'm giving you to take home today is, number one, record yourself back to back so that you understand that voice better. And number two, lie on the floor. Do that every time you want to practice. Not on the bed, not on the chair, on the floor. You can put a mat there, you do it. You lie down and then you sing. You will see that the sound will start coming from your voice, not from this. And then the first time you sang, it was kind of like nasal. Okay? So I needed it to come from within. That was why I also did that yawning style. Another thing I'm going to give it a try now. I want you to put your face like you're surprised. It's another fast technique that's going to help you. Put your face like you're surprised. Like you just saw something surprising. Okay. Now, are you in that position?
Yes.
Okay, put it like you're surprised. Now start singing that same song.
Yeah,
voice training can be really funny. I've had some people in their first class, they would laugh with the crazy things you tell them to do. So just do it.
Okay.
Do it.
My heart and a heedful thing praises it.
Use this.
My.
All right, let's go. You always like a surprise and start.
Faithful, sing praises, be joyful, sing praises, be joyful. My Jesus is now.
Yeah, you're getting there, okay? You're getting there. So just do that thing I told you to do. Maybe before the end of this class, you'll still come back to tell me something. Just do that line down on the floor. I need that sound coming from inside. You have a unique, beautiful voice that if you master this voice, okay. I had a student like you last year in the free class we organized. I told him, see, I need you in Grace Oforka Media. And he was like, I don't know if I can enter into the main school. I said, I need you. He's currently in level 2 now. He's moving to level 3. If you hear him now, but when he came, he was just like you. He sang, we told him a few things, he got a bit better. But you know that within 7 days, you cannot train your voice finishing within 7 days. That's the truth, let's be frank. But basically, you can get some very good knowledge within that 7 days, okay? So if you can try and enter the main institute, please do it so that we can work on that beautiful voice. Take it to the next level. Well, please come back for the end of this class and tell me your results if you're doing that line now. I've taken a lot of time with you. Guys, do you even want to go? President!
Please, let's go to the
Lots of hands up.
Yeah, if you are
Be close.
Can you unmute yourself?
I think you have to give them the opportunity to unmute themselves.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for class, everything you said.
You're welcome, my dear.
God bless you. I have one question and a request, but someone has asked the question. That's the range for them. So I have that already. But the request now is, can you send the lyrics of the song, like only the line?
Of what? Hello, I didn't hear you.
Like that, let it be. Just send to party. Yes, let it be.
You need the lyrics.
Yes.
You can get it on Google now.
I don't know the title.
Let It Be. The title is Let It Be by Beatles. I will drop it on the Telegram group, okay? Or you want me to sing it? Is it that you want me to sing it or you want the lyrics? Which one?
I want the lyrics. I already listened to the song.
Okay, you love the song, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. When I find myself in times of trouble, ordinary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my next person, please. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
I will send the lyrics. I will send the check it on Google. I'll send the name. So you just type on Google, let it be lyrics. Wow. You get it. And I'll send a link to watch the video. Hi.
Good evening. It's actually my daughter that has a question to ask. She's been on the training, so she has 1 or 2 questions to ask.
Okay.
Okay, please ask your question there.
Okay, I was wondering if you're singing a solo and you can't sing much longer, like your voice and like your throat hurts, do you like just stop or do you continue singing?
Oh my God, are you singing it in front of people?
Yeah.
Or you're practicing?
Like you're singing in front of people.
Well, because you're singing in front of people, you will just be mindful of how you were singing it, that it made you it began to hurt you. So let's say you were singing, when I find myself in times of trouble, and you're using a lot of force on your voice. And then you realize that this is hurting me. Just try to make it soft. Because you can't stop. In music, the show must go on. And you must not stop. So you can do, no, you can reduce your volume. You can make it soft, like you're doing, you're trying to put some styles in it, being creative with the song. So you do that in order, so you don't have to hurt yourself. Okay? But if you're practicing, please stop, because it shows that you are not using the right techniques. You're singing from here and you're shouting. If you're singing from here, you never feel hot. The sound, every trouble that would have come to your throat will be coming from here. So you're having, when I find myself in times of trouble, so as you're singing, you would feel this place going in. When you breathe in, it comes out small. When you breathe out, when you're singing, it's going in, going in. Okay? I hope that answers your question there. Thank you, Deb. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for the lecture. I missed the class. I'm just coming in from the office. Now, I remember somebody asked this question yesterday, if there will be a recording. I don't mind if there's a recording, so I can listen to it tonight and then still be able to participate. As I'm talking to you, I just drove in and there's no way I could join while driving. I just got in. I actually left the office 7:45.
Wow, wow, wow.
So I just got in now. Although I've been on since about 30 minutes ago, I joined the class, but the lecture had ended before I joined. You're already on question and answer as at the point I joined. So I don't know if the recording can be dropped on the WhatsApp platform for those of us that miss it, to listen to it and still do the assignment and be part of it while we continue tomorrow. I don't mind. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Julia. The questions, the recording actually drops automatically on the website. Okay, like yesterday's own, you are still going to release it to you. Sorry about that, we've not released yesterday's recording. So we'll send the recording on your website portal. You have access to it. But about sending it to WhatsApp or Telegram, I would have to ask your guys if we should be releasing the recordings for you guys, Telegram or WhatsApp. I don't know. I can't say that for now. But if there is a recording, yes, the recordings are available, but it should be available on the website. But I don't know about on the Telegram or WhatsApp. But we will surely get back to you. Okay.
Okay. I will try and check the WhatsApp then. I mean the website. No problem. But if it could be dropped on the platform, it will be more appreciated.
Get back to you, okay?
All right, thank you.
We want you all to enjoy the best from the class. So review that and let you know if something is happening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your efforts.
Welcome. Okay, Presido.
You're already 6. Do we have extra 3 persons? Are we taking them?
9:30. They can be dropping the questions on the chats. Okay, someone said, what assignment do we have for tonight, man? Beautiful. I'm seeing the chats now.
Okay.
Okay. The assignment we have is to do your vocal exercise. When you go on the website, shortly after this class, you will see a vocal exercise drop there for you to do. See that you have to sing that vocal exercise, record it as an audio recording and submit it on the Telegram group. And then sing the song you want to use for your final project. That is the one you'll be performing on Sunday. Sing it as an audio recording and submit it on Telegram as well. We'll mark it there on Telegram. Then each other question, I basically can't access the website. I don't know why. Yeah, sorry, Victoria. Send us a message on WhatsApp, okay? So that we'll find out what actually is the problem. Maybe you screenshot what you're actually saying so that we can put it through. Okay. The Telegram link, I used to do that is R-A-E-R-U. I've been moving it up and down. But now, because I have been practicing, without moving my jaw. So when I'm not pronouncing a song, when I find myself in times of trouble, all the memory comes. You see that the jaw is moving based on the sounds. Mom, I have to move it. Mother Mary. But for me to do Mary, you see, I didn't move my jaw again. Only when I did it. Mary. Speaking words, it's concerning the question someone asked a while ago. I need you to explain again about not stressing your voice while singing. Don't stress your voice while singing. Relax. Don't shout when you're singing. Just relax and let the sound come from within. Because when you stress your voice, you hurt your voice. And if you're not careful, if you lose that voice, you will not be happy with yourself. There's this feeling that comes to every singer, everybody who is passionate about singing. And if you don't have that opportunity to sing what you're supposed to sing, you feel pain. Okay? So please relax and let your sound come from within. The question, oh, sorry, Felix. The song I want to sing, it has different parts, and I am a tenor singer. So should I sing tenor parts or soprano parts? It has different parts, and I am a tenor singer. Sing the melody. You see, in music, we have, if you're writing for choir, you know I'm a composer as well. In a choir song, you have the melody of that song generally. Now, the melody of that song can be given to the soprano. Most times, most composers give the melody of the song to sopranos. For example, you have Blessed Assurance, Jesus is mine. So if you hear this song, you would give it to the soprano singers, sing. Then, but tenor will have a different part. Okay? Now, but if somebody wants to sing it as a performance, the person cannot say, because I'm a tenor singer, I'll go and sing the part that it was given to tenor. You'll be singing another composition. You're not singing that composition. So you sing the melody of that song. If the melody is given to the soprano line, then sing that part. The only thing is you make sure that it is according to your range. If that key is not okay for you, then you pick another song that is okay for you. What kind of food should I be eating while training your voice? Well, the food you should be taking is water. Just drink a lot of water regularly, okay? You can eat anything, but eat healthily. Don't eat just rubbish. As a singer, make sure you eat healthily. Eat good food, vegetables, fruits. We have a course called Vocal Health Course, which we do at Grace Media, is to help people that lose their voice or people that don't want to lose their voice. We just rounded up that class last time. We have a doctor, an ENT doctor, that would come and teach the students, explain everything for you. Because if you hurt your voice, you will go to the hospital, and the person they will refer to you is an ENT doctor. We have a surgeon here at Grace Media that will talk to you. So if you're interested, we also have a nutrition coach who will tell you what you will eat, what you shouldn't eat, how you will take care of your voice, how you make your voice eat those things that would help and prevent some things that will not be good for your voice, even the way you should cook it. Okay? But let me tell you, the food you eat, it does not go to your voice. It doesn't go to, some people tell you, go and take banana. swallow it. Please, I did not say that. Christian media does not believe in that. We have what we call epiglottis inside here that blocks, that does not allow food to go to your vocal folds and where your vocal organs belong. That epiglottis directs the food to the esophagus, which leads it. It does not allow it to go to your windpipe. Okay? So, but sometimes some liquids can escape. So that's why we tell you to avoid alcohol, avoid hot things, because indirectly they can cause inflammation and they can get you dehydrated. So in all, as a singer, just be healthy, because if you get sick, it will affect your voice. Once you're sick, you can't sing. It will affect your voice. So you have to, okay? You have to be careful what you eat. Someone says, should I be eating fufu? What? I eat fufu. In short, after the for dinner, what I prepared is fufu and okra soup. Come and join me. Fufu and okra food is what I prepared. So come and join me. Let's enjoy, okay? Please eat your fufu. It is our Nigerian meal. All right, thank you so much. Presido, at least I don't try now.
Yeah, you tried, honestly. Almost 1 hour plus. Oh, God. Thank you
Well,
so much. Thank you.
thank you, President.
Yeah, thank you. Please, I just want to appreciate you. You know, I know most of the people here, they are seeing you for the first time. Ma'am Grace, I don't want to go long about what she can do, but if you work with her, you will always see the difference, whether you like it or not. Please, our take home for today is we should know that to sing beautifully, don't joke with your enunciation, no matter what. Your breath control, you should work on it. Another thing is you need to, if you are given a song to sing, coach said it, try to read the song, understand the song. It will help your song to have expression. And again, good posture, don't underrate that. The last but not the least is you need to understand your voice, you need to love your voice, and you need to know your vocal range. Don't wish to be like any other person, just be you. It's very important in music. And the best gift you can give to yourself if you are an upcoming artist is be your own fan. Love your voice and then learn to take care of your voice. The last is be consistent when it comes to vocal training. Just don't ever joke. You see, as you eat every morning, as you eat every day, don't ever joke with your vocal training. If you can do a vocal training and you record your voice, do this thing consistently for 7 days, you're going to see a very great difference. I'm telling you from experience, you're going to see a very great difference. So I really want to appreciate everybody on behalf of the Grace Media. Thank you for your time and thank you for your coming. The only promise I'm giving you is that this is a class that is going to change your life when it comes to your musical journey. Yeah, it will make you to understand yourself better and know music the more. So apart from this, I think we need to close for the day because tomorrow, 8 o'clock, we are starting a new class.